Hey guys, today it is Sunday, June 14th, 2020, and since it is Sunday, that does mean that it is time for us to once again do a weekly roundup video. However, as I made the announcement on Tuesday morning, this past Tuesday, I made the video on Tuesday morning. When I got home, of course, then I uploaded it after I got home from work. But anyway, I did make the announcement this past week that this will be the last weekly roundup video. However, the good news that I'm going to share with you guys once again and reiterate on right now is that although I am getting rid of the weekly roundups right now, because there has been a major lack of news as of late in the past month, the good news is that at least for the time being, what I will be doing is I will be doing bi-weekly roundups. So instead of doing a video every Sunday, the next video will come in 2 weeks from now. And personally, I actually believe this is going to be really good for the channel because instead of doing these roundup videos, I'm going to do my best to focus on some of the more important topics that I have yet to do videos on. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Personally, I think it's a really good move on my part, especially right now when the news well has really dried up as of late. So what I'm going to do from here on in, at least for the foreseeable future, is I'm going to start doing these once every 2 weeks. So the next video will come out in 2 weeks. And then after that, it'll be every 2 weeks for a while. Now, once the NHL and the NBA, especially the former, resumes in July, I believe that is when I may start to revert back to doing these on a weekly basis. But we'll have to wait and see. If I also find that it is better for me to use those Sundays in between videos to focus on other videos, I might just keep it around a little bit longer. Now, truth is, with the weekly roundup videos, I have noticed a little bit of a jump in viewer counts. My one weekly roundup video a couple weeks ago where I talked about the Henderson Silver Knights branding, I noticed that video actually has gained over 20 views. So it's, at least in the past couple of weeks, there hasn't been, at least in my opinion, a lack of viewers. So that's a positive, and I do hope that if people are sitting down and watching these, that they have been worth your time. That's what I do hope. But yeah, I mean, for the time being, I do feel that it would be better to focus on spending my Sundays focusing on more important videos that I have yet to do as of right now, where, for example, in the NFL, I mean, I've covered the Browns' new uniforms, I've covered the Rams' new uniforms. I still have 5 teams to do videos on. So those are 5 significant videos right there that, if I spent my Sundays focusing on even getting a few of those done between now and August 1st, I think that would be a really good idea. Now, that doesn't mean I can't sit down and film them during the week too. But this week was a rather busy week for me work-wise, and unfortunately, I did not have the time that I wanted to have to film videos. So, unfortunately, that does tend to happen to be quite a bit. Now, to close out the weekly roundups, at least for the time being, I thought I'd do something a little bit special. As you can see, I'm using my Penguins jersey and my Centennial Classic Maple Leaf sweater as my backdrop today, and you get to stare at a jersey backdrop this week. So I must say, though, I did have this chat with one of you, and you know who you are recently, like as in within the past 24 hours. But I still think that, and I still honestly can't comprehend how or even why the Maple Leafs have not brought the Centennial Classic uniform back. It would be one of the absolute most gorgeous alternate uniforms in the NHL right now if the Maple Leafs wore it again. And with this fourth jersey program coming in, I kind of have a little bit of a sneaking suspicion that Toronto may just do the right thing and bring it back. I mean, do I need to see it like 8 to 12 games a year? No. But with this new fourth jersey program, if Toronto wanted to wear it for a few games a year, I don't think anybody would be against that. I mean, I actually think it'd be great if they made it a third jersey and wore it for, like, say, I don't know, 10 games a year, where they wore it for, say, 7 Hockey Night in Canada games on Saturday nights, and the other 3 could be at other times throughout the season. I think that would be really cool. I mean, it's an absolutely gorgeous uniform. And for a new design based off of Toronto's heritage and their hockey history, or the Maple Leafs history, I mean, well, both actually, they did a wonderful job. And I think it is far too pretty for them to not wear it again. And the fact that they never brought it back for even a second game in the 2016-17 season, in my opinion, is completely unacceptable. I know that's a harsh word, but still, what a beautiful sweater. It's frustrating. I hate it when teams bring out gorgeous uniforms and they seldom wear them. It's so frustrating. It's the same rant that I have about the Blackhawks 2017 Winter Classic uniform too. They didn't even wear it beyond that game, and it's so stupid. It was another gorgeous uniform. I mean, even Toronto's Stadium Series uniform. I mean, why couldn't they have worn that for a couple extra games and wore it with blue pants instead of the monochrome Seaman suit? Instead of Seamen on ice, I mean, they could have at least worn it with their regular blue pants. And it would have been a great uniform to wear for a couple games. I mean, I even thought that... Actually, wait a second. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I don't even know if Pittsburgh wore their 2019 Stadium Series jersey again. I think they might have worn it for a game or two after. I thought it was good enough to wear for a few games. Now, as for Philadelphia's, I don't miss it. To me, it was, in my opinion, the worst hockey uniform I've ever seen. And the reason I say that is because, you know what? It looked like a super, super bad knockoff jersey, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't expect everyone to agree. But if that jersey had white accents, it would be a wonderful alternate uniform, in my opinion. But I kind of want to talk about some news-related stuff. I hear that July 8th, Major League Soccer resumes. And all I can picture in my head right now are fireworks in the sky. Okay, you get the point. But I'm ecstatic. I'm not even a big soccer fan, but I am so happy that some type of sporting event is going to be coming back in the immediate future. I even hear that PGA golf has resumed as of this weekend, I believe. So I think right now things are kind of starting to look up a little bit. I know that the NBA is going to start up at the end of next month. I believe July 31st is when it starts. I'm ecstatic about that. I'm also ecstatic about the NHL coming back, and that's the big one for me, eh? I mean, obviously. If you've been following my channel for a long time, you know that I am a huge hockey fan. But, you know, the thing is that all these sports coming back is really exciting news. And I've been finding that, you know, with the way, for how long this pandemic has been going on, it's been getting, how do I word this? It's really been getting difficult to step away from your regular life for this long, where the little things like going over to your friend's house, it's either you can't do it or you don't want to do it because you don't want to contract COVID-19. You don't want to get the coronavirus. And it's hard. You know, I've noticed a lot of depressed people at my work even in recent weeks. And I understand it. This is hard on people. So having some type of sporting events coming back, I believe it's a nice escape for people, especially obviously if you like sports. But I think any type of positive escape from the situation that we've been in for the past few months, I think is a really good thing and a much needed thing right now for most of us, if not all of us. So, I was even talking to a friend of mine where he was saying that he's basically been stuck in his home for the past few months. I mean, he gets out here and there, which is good, and so he should, but he hasn't been doing anything really. He's told me he hasn't even been going over to the local shopping mall near his house. And I don't blame him. I don't even want to be in a mall. I don't want to be anywhere really in a public space right now. It's been a tough situation, and I really do hope that we as a society could start to turn the tide on this, which I have a feeling it's coming, but it's going to take a bit of time, unfortunately. So all I want to say, though, to summarize everything that I've said in the past few minutes, where I started from Major League Soccer, coming back on, I believe, July 8th. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but the thing is that I think there's starting to be a little bit of light, where maybe now we could start to see a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. But it's been a hard situation. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the 2020-21 NHL season and the NBA season while I'm at it. How are they going to do that if they're restarting their seasons in July? I think that what's going to happen is the 2020-21 season for the NHL and the NBA, I think the best thing to do is do it like they did in the 2012-13 NHL season, have a shortened season, like 48 games. For one season, who the hell cares? With coronavirus and what's been going on, I mean, salvaging this season to the best way possible that they could figure out, which I think the new 24-team NHL format is very fair. It's not perfect. It's not the way that I would do it, but I can live with it. They've done the best they could. They've tried to do it the safest way possible. They sure as hell have. And I do think they deserve a positive acknowledgement, in my opinion. So, see, that's the thing. I'm really, really happy to see that there is some progress being made. So we're getting there. We just have to, continue to be patient, and I think that things are going to start to get better. Now, I'm also hoping as a Canadian that we can see something worked out for the CFL. And I have a funny feeling that the Canadian Football League is going to figure something out. And if they do, I think that would be terrific. I really do. Now, something else that I do want to mention as well, I hear that the NFL is still planning on starting their season on time from what I've heard, which is really positive if that's the case, if they can make it happen. Even if they have to play in empty stadiums for a season, who cares? I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that because I know the NFL would be losing money, but you know what? To put on a sporting event like that on a weekly basis for fans to watch on TV, I think there would be a whole lot of people out there that would really appreciate it. And, I know the NFL has had some things happen in recent years that have frustrated fans, but you know what? I do think something like that would be a real good step at bringing everybody together. And I think that's what we need right now. Something else I want to say too, is there anything else? Well, I know I did say a few weeks ago that the XFL may not be dead. Well, sure would be nice if in 2021 it could all of a sudden pop out of nowhere and come back again, but we'll have to wait and see. But I do think that somebody is going to buy the XFL and try to revive it because I do think that they did have a successful start, albeit the fact that it was cut short because of the pandemic. So, although it was cut short, I do think that, it did prove that there is an interest there. There is a market for it. And I really do hope that it's given another shot to succeed. And I think that Vince McMahon, when he ran it XFL 2.0, I think this time they got it right. And I hope that they try to bring it back. I think it deserves one more shot. I do. And I do think it does actually have some staying power, to be quite frank. So, on that note, you guys, there's not really much more that I really do have to talk about at this point. I will update a bunch of titles for my videos that I've been very lazy with in recent weeks, so do expect me to touch up on that in the coming day or so, which I think is a really good idea. Also, I noticed that we are now about 3,700 views away from hitting 50,000 views on the channel. I'm so proud of the fact that we've been able to get this close. If we can hit the number by August 1st, great. If not, so be it. I want to thank you guys for being there during this tough time. It's been great talking to you guys. You know, I genuinely mean this. I also want to thank you guys for giving me ideas over the past few months for the weekly roundups. I want you guys to know that I've appreciated the stuff that you guys have done for me in that respect. And I hope that you guys do continue to enjoy my channel for however long I continue to do this. Whether whether I'm still filming videos in 2 years from now, or we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary in 5 years from now. I want you guys to know I really appreciate everything. And during what I've felt has been a bit of a rather more and more increasingly depressing time, I've found that this channel has been a real nice reprieve from some of the bad stuff that's been going on as of late. So I want to thank you guys for all of that. I hope that you guys have enjoyed these weekly roundups if you have sat down and listened to them. I know that they're not my regular bread and butter videos, but I made it my goal to give you guys a guaranteed video every week, which now that may not happen. But if it doesn't, I mean, at least I'll have a video every 2 weeks, which my plan is that I'm going to have at least a video every week, whether there's a weekly roundup or not. Now, truth is, I'm also going to see how things go over the next little while. I may even consider, I don't know, I've even kind of sat down and thought about maybe scrapping the weekly roundups at some point. I don't want to do that. I like the idea of having something extra that I could do every week for you guys. It's basically my way of saying thank you for everything that you guys have done for me over the years. That's something I enjoy about the weekly roundups, where I can talk about something different beyond what I talk about usually. But, excuse me, stupid allergies. Anyways, I hope that you guys have enjoyed these weekly roundups. I will be back in 2 weeks to start filming these as quote unquote bi-weekly roundups instead of weekly roundups. But hopefully things start to get better from here. At least that's what I hope for. And I'm sure you guys do too. But anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the weekly roundups since I started them at the end of January this year. And now I'm going to do them every 2 weeks, starting in 2 weeks from now. So if you have enjoyed these, I'm so happy to know that. If you haven't, I understand. And hopefully from here on in, things will start to get better. I'm going to continue to pump out some videos because, you know, it's nice to have something to sit down and listen to and have a bit of an escape away from what's been going on, I think. But anyways, guys, I'm going to keep this video short. Well, short for me, at least. 20 minutes in length, I think, is plenty for the purpose of this video today. Thanks for watching if you've stuck around. I hope this video was worth your time, as I almost always say. But until my next video, you guys, whether it's a weekly roundup or I don't know, a video of me talking about, I don't know, a good beer, or talking about my thoughts on a uniform or a playoff format or whatever. Okay, the beer can thing was just a joke. Okay, failed attempt at humor. Uh, but anyways, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've enjoyed these weekly roundups. And until my next video, whatever the hell it will be, whatever the hell it'll be about, take care. And as I've always said for almost 5 years now, bye for now.